has delivered it from here. Remember, we talked about it. Bank Nifty again. The second half will belong to Bank Nifty here. Now, the way positions are stacking up at present, there is a very high probability that there could be sharp short covering in the second half here. So already Bank Nifty is up 1%. 26,800 is now not far away here. Because again, from discount, we are back into premiums here. It's a weekly expiry. Remember, this is a weekly expiry, and because of that, it was heavily short. So the buyers, the positions, they were skewed towards short side here. Now we actually are seeing a surprise sort of recovery in Bank Nifty. It sustained yesterday, and again, basically, it is actually moving up now. So short covering was happening in futures. Now, in terms of options, again, there is good short covering happening. The written calls here. I won't be surprised again if after almost 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, we actually start seeing this sort of and if there is a pickup in the momentum, then I think Samina, we perhaps could be getting surprised in the second half with the Bank Nifty short covering here. So Bank Nifty, the bias is absolutely positive. I think for today, the support now actually becomes, because we are trading hovering around 26,600 plus here. So now support becomes 26,500, 500, 550. That area now becomes your trailing support. For the second half, perhaps levels are getting visible somewhere around 800 perhaps. That actually you could be expecting here. So if there is short covering, that's actually going to pick up in the last 2 hours of the trade here. So watch out for that. If you're holding positions, perhaps I think sometimes it's wiser again to just wait out. Towards, I think tomorrow perhaps will be another different day, because the short covering momentum, everything would be over here. And again, tomorrow we'll start talking about the range trading, which has been happening since many days.
Right.
But today, second half, focus will be on PSU banks. They've not rallied in the first half. Watch out for stocks like SBI, Indian Bank, two banks again there at the pole position. Bank Nifty at present, short covering is picking up. I can clearly see the momentum is picking up here. So I think watch out for the Bank Nifty in the second half here.
Even stocks like Just Dial, 4% higher, 16.5% open interest addition. NIT and KPIT were the big losers of this week. They're both seeing open interest addition of about 10 to 12%. Both those counters are up about 1.5%. SRF, SAIL, Jet Airways, Hindalco, lots of fresh longs being initiated there, right?
Yeah, so Hindalco looks actually quite safer, because again the trajectory is opening up. Copper again basically is now actually trading at multi-month high. So copper again high exposure for Hindalco, aluminum high exposure, aluminum prices around $2,300. So both the metals are giving positive trade cues for Hindalco. 255 in the morning we talked about 255 again basically would be the primary sort of resistance Hindalco is going to face. The stock has reached there now. Once you cross that area, then 258, and then the stock will just take off from there. So it's an upward trending stock, good long build up which is happening in Hindalco. I think if the prices are sustaining here, the stock actually could have more gains, maybe tomorrow also here.
Well, hopefully, that's the word coming in on Hindalco. We'll go across to Nirav Chheda now, derivative and technical research analyst in Nirmal Bank. Nirav, I want to talk to you first up about the Nifty, because what we are seeing this morning is very obviously a short covering rally that started off on Tuesday afternoon itself. It's looking well placed, and of course, the rally may extend into closing as well. But at these levels on the index, how much more do you think we can push from here?
On the index front, it was a very smart rally. It witnessed a bounce from 50-day moving average, which was around 10,500 odd levels. If you see, in this whole rally, when Nifty had come up from 6,000 odd levels to 11,000, it was always witnessing a higher top, higher bottom formation. And, the fall from January had seen its previous bottom being broken, which was around 10,200. And, when it came up around 11,000 levels, it could not break its previous high. So we are into a lower top, lower bottom formation, which is a classical bear pattern in a medium term perspective. So I believe, yes, Nifty can come up from here from 10,500 to 10,900 odd, but breaking 11,000 is going to be very difficult, and I would be suggesting one to be short at around 10,900 levels. From trading perspective, maybe you can let go of 1 to 2 days where Nifty can come up towards 10,900 odd levels. Nifty is currently around 10,750, 10,800 odd levels, so it's not much to go from here. You are seeing a lot of short covering action in stocks, and I believe the shorts will again come in at 10,900 levels, and Bank Nifty around 27,000 odd levels, which is a huge resistance area for Bank Nifty. You are seeing supply pressure coming in every time Bank Nifty reaches around those areas. Also, a lot of PSUs and private banks are seeing short built up at higher levels, and private banks, in fact HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank, which were the leaders, are witnessing some sort of short built up around high. So it is a level to worry about. So I will be waiting for the breakout above 11,000 levels. Only then I'll be very comfortable buying banks and the stocks on the index. As of now, from trading perspective, I'll be more comfortable in going with a strategy, buying the calls and puts both of the same expiry and the same strike. So I'll be more comfortable doing this strategy.
Right, that's the call on the Nifty. Nirav, the focus very obviously is on Bank Nifty, right? How does one approach it at these levels? Enough shorts have been seen in the system, so clearly the short covering rally is going to be a lot more aggressive there. In the second half, at the day's high point already, 26,666 on Bank Nifty, would you go long at these levels?
See, I do think Bank Nifty can come towards 27,000 odd levels. However, if you see, from yesterday's low of 26,200 odd levels, it is already placed around 26,700 levels. So the risk reward for going long is not really intact, and that is why I'll be going long at the call strike of 26,600, along with a long in the 26,600 put strike of today's expiry. See, the premium that you're paying is about 120, 130 points for intraday, and that is not really high. So if you do look at that premium, the risk reward is pretty good. You can keep a stop loss about 50 points. The max loss will be 50 points only. Once that premium comes down to 130 to 80 points from 130 odd points, that is your stop loss. You can exit the position, and I do believe once Nifty today goes up towards 27,000 odd levels, you stand to get huge profits. So you can book profits once you gain 100 points gain from the current levels.
What are your stop recommendations? What is it that you like, Nirav? Any trades that you recommend for our viewers?
Yeah. See, there are two trades actually. I look, from the metal pack, if you see, Vedanta looks really cheap at this level. If you see, most of the metal stock had went up, while Vedanta was actually consolidating from 240 odd to 250 odd levels, 240 being a very good support area for this stock. I believe Vedanta can come up towards 270, 275 levels very soon, so one can be buying at current levels with a stop loss of 243 on the futures and a target of 270 odd. The second one is a buy on ACC. If you see the ACC index, the stock, the cement pack as a whole has actually witnessed a lot of selling pressure, and ACC also, it made a fresh 52-week low yesterday, and now has witnessed tremendous amount of volumes to come back. I believe this stock can move up towards the 1360 and 1400 odd levels. So one can be buying at current levels. This stock can turn its trend if it goes above 1400 odd levels. So one the level to watch out for this stock is going to be 1400. However, from a trading perspective, you can buy at current levels with a target of 1360, and you can expect this stock to really move up probably in the 1 to 2 days to come.
Right, that's the word coming in. ACC and Vedanta, two counters that Nirav is recommending on the long side. Well, Nirav, I just want to pick up on Bata as well, because there's enough traction there. There was a very sharp short covering rally yesterday. The counter is trading at 766. Do you think this rally has more legs? 800 could potentially be in sight, and hence this becomes a buy call?
Yeah. See, Bata is into a consolidation phase. If you look at a longer term period for Bata, you'll see that 750 is a very good support area, and on the upside 800 being a very strong resistance area. So now at 800 odd levels, the stock can come towards 800 odd levels. One can be buying at current levels from a 1 to 2 days perspective. If you see, 750 is going to be a good support area, so you can keep a stop loss at 750 and go long in this stock. 800 is going to be a very, very strong resistance on the upside, and once that breaks out, this is the stock to watch out for once that breakout comes. So I'll be buying more aggressively above 800, but I'm still a buyer at current levels.
Well, on that note, we'll take a break. We'll come back and continue a conversation with Nirav, so stay tuned.
क्यों अब पिताजी की फसल प्यासी नहीं सोती? क्यों अब पसीने की कमाई आधी नहीं होती?
और कम पैसों में बीमा हो रहा है। पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था, आंधी तूफान आ गया, कोई भी नुकसान किसी प्रकार का हो गया, उसका बीमा को मिल रहा है।
कैसे अब भैया के मोबाइल से मंडियां जुड़ जाती हैं? कैसे अब भैया की परेशानियां टल जाती हैं?
पहले हमको लड़ाई झगड़ा करना पड़ता था, लेकिन अब अच्छी तरह से मिल रही है हमको खाद। जितनी चाहते हैं उतनी मिल जाती है।
अब फसल का 1.5 गुना दाम मिल रहा है, जो पहले कभी नहीं मिला वो मिल रहा है।
कम दाम मिलने पर जो हमारे पारिवारिक जो खर्चे हैं उसमें कटौतियां होती थी, ना हम कोई यंत्र ले पाते थे। आज जब अच्छी फसल हमारे अच्छे दाम बिक रहे हैं, 25 से 30% का हमारा इजाफा हुआ है, तो हम बच्चों की पढ़ाई भी कर रहे हैं, तो आने वाला समय जो ना बच्चों का अच्छा होगा।
कैसे? बात साफ है, एक एक किसान की शक्ति तरक्की में बदल रही है। तभी तो जो दशकों तक नहीं हुआ था, वो सिर्फ 48 महीनों में हुआ है।
Welcome back. You're watching FNO Spotlight. Nirav, Bank Nifty is on a breakout from the look of it, 26,700 now. PSU banks are picking up momentum. How are banks like Bank of Baroda, Indian Bank looking?
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the PSU banks, index, they're still in consolidation phase. The best bank in the PSU space right now is SBI. If you look at Bank of Baroda also, it is clearly in a selling phase, and very likely it is going to, again witness selling around 140 odd levels. Yes, this is a short covering rally. However, this is not a long-term short covering rally. You are seeing weak hands, getting out of the market. You can see this stock come out towards 140 odd levels, yes, but will it come to 180 levels is very difficult to predict at this moment. I would suggest that at 140 one should be actually booking profits of longs, and then again looking to go short around those levels with a stop loss of 150 odd levels. It can again witness selling pressure coming in. If you look at the chart of SBI, that looks like now it is going to witness a breakout very soon, because it is very, very strong at current levels. I believe SBI can actually move up another 10-15 odd % in the PSU space, and that is the only bank I am really bullish about in the PSU space.
What about IT counters? KPIT, NIT Tech are seeing about 10 to 15% of open interest addition. Would you buy the stocks today?
The answer would be no, for sure. If you look at KPIT and NIT Tech both, they've witnessed quite a bit of volume at higher levels. They were in a bullish trend, and once they hit their highs, there has been considerable amount of volumes which have come in at near their highs, and after that they couldn't really break in the next 2 to 3 weeks the highs. So I would believe that these stocks are still going to witness some amount of selling pressure. Both these stocks can actually come down another 5 to 10%, and I'll be a shorter at current levels. For KPIT, I will be short at current levels with a stop loss of about 275. It has made a bearish engulf kind of a formation on the technical front also, and I believe that is a bearish formation which can take it down towards the 250 or 245 odd levels. So I'll be shorting at current levels with a stop loss of 275. While for NIT Tech, if you see, every time it comes up towards 1100 levels, it is witnessing a lot of resistance area, and that is where huge volumes had happened for this stock. I believe this can also be shorted at current levels on the futures with a stop loss about 1090. This stock can come down towards 900, 920 odd levels.
What about Tata Elxsi, Nirav?
Yeah. See, Tata Elxsi among all the three looks a lot better. It did not witness a lot of volume at higher levels, continues to make a higher top, higher bottom formation, did not break its low which was around 1140 odd levels. So I believe Tata Elxsi can be bought even at current levels. It can go up towards the 1250, 1270 odd levels in the near term. You can keep a stop loss of 1190 and go long in this.
What about Reliance Industries? It's made a sharp up move from levels of 915 to 965 now. Is this a good entry point? Is this trade still in favor? Is it still a favorable trade?
Yeah. See, for Reliance, it is still in consolidation. But yes, one thing to note here was very good rollovers have happened in this stock, and long rollovers to that. So I believe this stock can come up towards 1000 odd levels. But if you see that 1000 is a strong resistance, and this stock has been actually consolidating in between 1000 on the upside and about 940, 930 on the downside. I believe once 930, once 990 or 1000 is broken, you can witness a long upward rally for this stock, which can take it towards 1200 or 1250 odd levels. You can keep a stop loss of 930 for your longs at current levels, but your first target should be around 1000, which is where you should be looking to book profits. And once the 1000 is broken on a weekly basis, only then go long.
Right. What about NBFCs? Any opportunity there, you think, with the recent moves? Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv are shocking all of us with their recent activity.
Yes. If you see, both these stocks are actually in a long-term upward trend, and I believe they will continue to remain up, for a longer-term period. They've been continuing to make a higher top, higher bottom formation all the time. Even for Bajaj Finance, it is near its all-time highs at current levels. Even after it had witnessed huge volumes around 2000, 2050 odd levels, it managed to break that, and breaking that level where a huge volume is made at at higher levels, at near the tops, is very, very important for a stock for a long-term uptrend kind of a formation. I believe this stock can go up towards 2500 odd levels, so one can be buying even at current levels with a stop loss of about 2100. For Bajaj Finserv, again, you're seeing the same type of a formation. 5500 now becomes a very important support area. Every time it comes down towards 5700, 5500, it witnesses buying, and I believe that is where one should be buying again this stock. It can come up towards the 6500, 7000 odd levels in the short to medium term.
Right. Thanks, Nirav. Good talking to you this morning. It's a good-looking market. Stability is returning. For how long is anybody's guess, but this is a short-covering rally that is helping counters higher. At the day's high point on the index, 10,782 is what we've got, 0.8% higher. With that, out of time on F&O Spotlight. Thanks for watching. But while you take that break, hear out what Bhavin Shah from Samiksha Capital had to say. He talks about his top bets in the NBFC and housing finance space. Listen in.